base felt that John Ryder deserved to fight with Canelo Alvarez more than Demetrius Andrade. So, what win would be more significant? David Benavidez knocking out Demetrius Andrade, or Jaime Munguia knocking out John Ryder? Ooh. Oh. No, let's be real. Because I'm saying that, I want to see David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez. That's the fight. That's the primary fight in the sport of boxing. Probably the most lucrative fight in the sport of boxing. I want to see David Benavidez and Canelo. Canelo, David Benavidez, La Bandera Roja, Nelo, Cash Nelo, Cartelo, the Mexican Monster. But let's see what the real Canelo Alvarez fans really want and really respect. You guys didn't respect Demetrius Andrade. So how can you respect the David Benavidez win? And how can you shame David Benavidez with Canelo Alvarez when you didn't respect Demetrius Andrade? And before the Demetrius Andrade fight, David Benavidez went a whole 12 round with Couldnt. Then after that fight, people even stopped calling him the Mexican Monster. And they said after that fight, well, David Benavidez would lose to Canelo Alvarez. He couldn't even knock out no Couldnt. So how can you shame David Benavidez? How can you shame David Benavidez? I'm sorry. How can you shame Canelo Alvarez with David Benavidez? He's not a champion. You didn't respect Demetrius Andrade, and he beat Demetrius Andrade, and he didn't outperform Canelo Alvarez with Couldnt. Why shame David Benavidez with shame Canelo Alvarez with David Benavidez? Can anyone answer that? Can anyone answer that for me, folks? Why shame? Now, I want to see the fight, but I've also been on record saying you can't shame Canelo Alvarez with David Benavidez. But look at how y'all disrespected Demetrius Andrade. I know that win is not significant. It's significant to me because I know how good he was, but you guys, the Canelo Alvarez and his fanboys didn't respect it. Y'all didn't respect Demetrius Andrade, so how can you respect David Benavidez' win? David Benavidez did not outperform Canelo Alvarez with Couldnt to gauge his performance, like the way that Jaime Munguia may gauge the performance because he's going to be facing John Ryder. So you're going to gauge it with Canelo Alvarez, and that's why it's smart for Golden Boy Promotion to put Jaime Munguia in the ring with John Ryder instead of Edgar Berlanga. Has Jaime Munguia been a champion before? Yes or no, folks? Is Jaime Munguia undefeated, folks? Is Jaime Munguia got a better record than David Benavidez, folks? Can you arguably say that maybe their resume is not too far apart from each other, folks? I've been thinking hard and long all day. And I say, you know what? I got to talk about this. This wasn't my plan. I didn't want to do I was going to go live and talk about this, but I said, you know what? Because I really want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. But I start thinking, he did beat Sergey Derevchenko, there's fighters that get shamed to fight Sergey Derevchenko. He did beat Liam Smith. He did beat Saddam Ali. That retired Miguel Cotto. What's Canelo Alvarez's best win, in which he always say, other than the Triple G? What Canelo Alvarez says is his biggest win? He says Miguel Cotto. 42-0, 33 KOs. Remember what I'm talking about here? When I'm talking about perception. Because at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, perception sells. Perception sells more than reality in the sport of boxing. So as much, yes, sometimes the boxing fans has to mind fuck themselves. Sometimes. It's unfortunate. But perception sells in boxing. That's how promoters sell the fights. The perception of Jaime Munguia knocking out John Ryder and Canelo Alvarez not knocking out John Ryder. I don't remember the last time Canelo Alvarez knocked out anybody. Did it knock out Jamal Charlo? Did it knock out John Ryder that was supposed to? Did it knock out Demetrius Andrade? Did it knock out the old Triple G? Last time he stopped somebody was Caleb Plant. That David Benavidez couldn't stop. So what win perception-wise will be more significant for Canelo Alvarez? Can anybody be mad at Canelo Alvarez for picking Jaime Munguia Cinco de Mayo? He's undefeated fighter. He fought champion as well. His resume is just as lucrative and probably even better. Even better. Even better, folks. Or just identical. Let's say identical. Identical. In the respect level. As Jaime Munguia. And to be honest, I never looked at it like that. Because sometimes when we want to fight so much, we push everything aside. I want David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez so much, folks, that I'm willing to put Jaime Munguia aside. If somebody say Jaime Munguia and Canelo Alvarez, I said, no. Canelo Alvarez and Charlo, no. Canelo versus Demetrius Andrade, no. Viterbium, no. I want David Benavidez. But in reality, I'm looking at David Benavidez and I'm looking at Jaime Munguia and I'm looking at their age and I'm looking at what they have done.